Hi everybody, welcome to Vikendi. At last, we've got the my favourite map anyway, the snow map, which apparently has been simplified a little bit for the latest update that came out yesterday on the 26th of November. And we might be able to see it actually from the plane. So the idea is, yeah, we can actually. The idea is the river is now frozen a lot more, all the way down to, looks like Volnova. So you shouldn't have any problems getting across the river. Not that I ever really had any problems getting across the river anyway, because you would just get a car. Apparently they've also added more vehicles to Vikendi, which could... occasionally it would be a problem. It could be a problem. There was never enough vehicles on these roads. They simplified some of the larger towns to make looting simpler and to make the game run better. And they have also... change the blue zone behaviour to be more in line with the other maps. And then we've also got things like gameplay improvements that revolve around that. They still haven't got it quite right, but the idea of when you pull your left trigger to aim down sights, if you're jumping through the air and you press the trigger, you know, when you land you'll aim down sights, which is great. But the way it should work is if you pull your left trigger, no matter what you're doing, when the thing that finishes that didn't allow you to aim down sight finished, i.e. climbing over a fence or jumping or getting out of a vehicle, you should then aim down sights, because that's the way that it works in every other shooter, you know, every other console game. Oh right, okay, so we've got a bit of a not an ideal circle for what I'm doing. I suppose we could, if we hop down here, we go to Pshovko. Okay, let's go over here. Now, one thing that I am a little bit disappointed with is we still haven't got map selection. And the problem with that is you end up having to play maps that you don't particularly like. So, for example, in my case, right, my least favourite map of all the PUBG maps is Sanhok. I enjoy playing that the least. I would prefer not having to play Sanhok. But the problem is that when you don't have map selection, you end up having to play it. And the problem with the random map selection that they have, I just got it because it is random, is that it's not like it cycles through each map in turn. You know, it's not like it cycles through Sanhok, Vikendi, Erangel, Miramar. No. For example, last night I played 3 games and I got Sanhok 3 times in a row, and I don't think that's acceptable in a situation where I can't choose. What does I do there? Where I can't choose my the map that I want to play. Because it makes you really just want to go off and play something else if you've got a really good alternative. So in my case, my alternative at the moment is Call of Duty Modern Warfare or DayZ. You know, I'll go and play that because although I can't choose which maps I want to play with on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, I'm pretty happy with that game, and I don't really care which map I'm playing on. So yeah, that is a little bit disappointing. And the beauty of the old system, where you had one map that was the featured map, was that... Alright, okay, we need a bag. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of these shotgun shells. This shotgun. Where you have a featured map... If that featured map was a game map you didn't like, so if, for example, the featured map was Sanhok, that was cool. It meant I didn't have to play that map, and it meant that I would just play. You know, I would have like hopefully like a 1 in 3 chance for playing, say, Vikendi, say my favourite map. Or if it was the other way around, if the map was, say, Erangel, I would just play Erangel all the time. You know, and so I think it was a better situation. But to have a situation where you can't choose at all doesn't do PUBG any favours. So I think they should think long and hard about bringing that back. And I think you should have a checkbox, so it should have all the 4 maps, and it should have the checkboxes, and it should, you know, and you should have a choice. You know, yeah, I want to play this map, this map, this map, and you should have a choice of something like play all the maps, whatever becomes available first. Sorry if this is a bit disjointed, because I'm a bit rusty to say the least with what am I doing? Or you should have one that says, no, I want to play them in an order and I don't mind waiting a little bit longer for that to happen. Okay, we're going to have to start moving in a minute. So centre of circle is down that way. So let's go this way. So, but yeah, so that's my thoughts on map selection. Please, can we have it? And the preferred version I have is the one where I can choose, you know, I want to play Miramar and Erangel, and I tick those 2 boxes, and I say, look, yeah, and I want to play one after the other, and I don't care how long I have to wait. You know, if I've got to wait 10 minutes in between, that's fine by me. Because they're the maps I want to play, and you know, and I'll go make a cup of coffee in between. There we go. So it all seems to be running smoothly. Oh, I did manage to pick up yesterday one of those new stingers, which is the... Oh, right, here we go. P5K, that's better. Drop that now. Which is the trap that you can lay across a road in order to blow up car tyres, which is cool. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to use it. Oh god, look, there's the M20. Do I? What on earth were they doing? Just wandering around. That was amazing. Did you see how I potatoed that aim? Completely. I've been playing so much Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I'm completely reliant once again on on aim assist. Absolutely. What I need to do is get into the practice thingy bob and just spend like half an hour just shooting people just to get into the room again, because that's one of the big problems, isn't it, moving backwards and forwards between games, is you end up losing your touch. So we need a better scope for our Mini 14. That'll do. So what have we got? What can we drop? In fact, let's drop the med kit. I don't like med kits, they take too long to... Let's drop one smoke grenade. Pick up that Molotov. We need a level 2 bag, really, don't we? I just like Vikendi because the way that they generally have it set up is that it's pretty easy to get kitted up with, you know, the equipment you want. one of the things they could change actually is get rid of the MP5K. Or, well, keep the MP5K, but add in the vector as well, peeps. Come on. Give us the vector. Oh, level 2 bag. What did I just say? Okay, so I'd imagine that's enough ammunition. Could do with some more boosts. Right, where are we going? We're going to go left of centre, just to stay towards the coast, because there's no big towns there. We've also got the new labs that have started, and the idea with this is if you opt in, you have it's a ranking system, so, which ranks you on score. So it ranks you on kills and final position, and then you're given a rank for that, and then you'll be given like gold 2 or bronze 3 or something like that. And then as you play 5 games, so it then gives you a score, and then as you play, you then either go up or you go down, which is fairly okay. I mean, we kind of had that last year with when we had the leaderboards, didn't we? Where you ended up really depended on your position and your kills. So we kind of had that already before, and then they took it away and they turned it into a system instead, which was based on time in game, which is the season mastery score that you see, where you can get people at the top of the leaderboard who've like win 1 in 200 chicken dinners, which is a bit odd. But the odd thing about this new system is, yes, it gives you a grade, but there's, as far as I can tell, there's no leaderboard, which is a bit odd. So you think, okay, well, for example, I think I'm a gold 2, or just become a gold 2 or something. But it's like, what does that mean? How do I compare to other players? Because that's what I want to know, right? Just in case you're listening, PUBG. If I'm feeling competitive, right, and PUBG, I know you could argue it's a casual game, but I think it's a competitive shooter. 1 to 100. I want to know what rank I am compared to everybody else in my server zone. So in this case, it would be Europe, wouldn't it? Because in the old system, I managed to get to go to that 7-6. We have to carry some more 5. That's what we had before, wasn't it? I managed to get into the top 100 in Europe, and I was really proud of that for an old guy. Because again, it was kind of, you had to play quite a few games to get into the top 100, but then it was based on where's he going? Based on the number of kills you got. Why is he going that way? Is he doing a big flank on someone up the hill? Let's carry on this way. Let's get out of this red zone. That's a nice bit of high ground up there for a sniper. So what am I looking for now? A nice 4 times or a nice 6 times would go down sweet. So apart from my niggles about that ranking system and map choice, I think PUBG is kind of going from strength to strength, sort of. It would be really nice if they could make the menu system like a proper menu system instead of what it is at the moment. We're using shoulder buttons and triggers, and it's not intuitive at all. Is anybody going to be coming out of there behind me? And I think lots of people have got it right, especially like on the Winner Winner podcast, the PUBG podcast, when they talk about how PUBG Corp really needs to integrate. Is that on a road? It is, isn't it? Really needs to integrate the competitive scene into the game as well, in terms of when you fire up, you know, you go into the main menu at the beginning, it should be, you know, right, this was what happened this weekend in the esports, you know, click here to watch this video, and there should be, I think there should be a video player embedded, you know, in the game, so you go, all right, yeah, I'll look at the leaderboards, you know, and there should be information about all the teams, where they've come from, how they're doing. It shouldn't be like taking you to external links in a website, you know, or YouTube or anything like that. It should all be within the game. There should be a separate tab for esports, but one that, you know, you can see in the main bit, so you can go off and look at that, because there's no doubt that the esports side of things is a big advertisement for playing PUBG, and it makes you want to play. You know, it's like when you're watching your favourite streamer. You know, you're watching the Doc or Shroud play PUBG. Not that they do much anymore; they're all playing different games. But you'd watch it. And you go, oh yeah, I fancy a bit of that, and you fire up PUBG. You know, and you have a go and you play for a while, and then you might buy the season pass. I want a stat that tells me how many times I've won a chicken dinner with or without a pan. Okay, so there we go. Well, we're moving into the end game now, aren't we? 21 people alive. Haven't heard any airdrops coming in near me. We've got the MP5K. We've got the Mini 21. Let's have a look at our inventory. 5 first aid kits, 5 bandages, 2 painkillers, 2 energy drinks, 4 Molotov cocktails. Let's equip those. 2 smoke grenades, enough ammunition. The only thing we're really missing would be a better scope for, if I could. Would be a better scope for my Mini 14, because is that where the firing came from over there? Tell you what we'll do. We'll see down there, can't we? We've got to be careful that people could see me from over there. Whoa. Right, so he fired. Okay, so there's definitely some action going on over there. Should be more careful. Oh. Never lie down in the grass because it doesn't render in, does it? Oh, silly then, somebody obviously saw me from a distance. So there we go. There's a bit of Vikendi gameplay for you from the new patch. Apologies we didn't really get any further and we only got 1 kill. I'm not going to try and play it again because I'm probably going to get Sanhok and Marwan Aaron go before Vikendi comes around. But yeah, it seems cool. I mean, I love PUBG. And if you haven't played the update, you know, dive in and give it a go. But anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.